You're back with another one. This time we got top 10 most anticipated new summer anime of 2021. This is by VinnyTube. I know we pretty much missed the summer. It's October, but it was on the playlist, so I'm gonna react to it. Let's get to it.
It's June now, and we all know what time it is. Time for one of the last few seasonal previews for the one season. We just had a banger of a season, and I'm sure that everyone had their fill
That
of
looks
crazy
kinda
shows
heat. What was
representing
that?
all kinds of genres. While we slowly bid the spring 2021 season goodbye, it's time to look to beyond the horizon of what's to come. What I'll do for today is to compile
So
what
Slime
I think
season
are the
2
top
gotta
10
be-
most
on here.
anticipated new anime this upcoming summer season. The examples are done on an anecdotal basis, but I feel that it does a decent job of representing what most people are looking forward to. Hey, if you're someone who's not too updated with the shows to come, maybe this is also your chance to pick up something that you might actually find interesting. But before we begin, let me introduce you to today's sponsors, Moonlight Sculptor. If the
Let's get to it. They're not sponsoring me. Here we go.
Death game or battle royale anime seems to be picking up steam now, isn't it? After quite the drought, we
course.
had both Gleipnir and Darwin's game last year, which I both maintain to be rather
Speaking of death games, y'all see Squid Game? Alright, I'm off it.
rated shows that you should definitely check out. But for this summer season, we'll look to be seeing more in the form of battle in 5 seconds after meeting. Just like the previous instances, here we see our protagonist Akira to be one of the many lucky people who gets whisked out of their everyday life to be part of an experiment. Said experiment, of course, practically erases them from existence while granting them powers. Powers that include the ability to enhance one's own body to being able to affect reality itself. There's quite a wide range of brokenness, if you ask me. Now, what do they do with it? Trials, one-on-one fights, battle royales,
Okay.
fights to the death. Everything is on the table in this one. Armed with his most powerful asset, his intelligence, Akira looks to win this game and unravel the secret behind the sketchy organization responsible for these fights.
Alright, battle within 5 minutes after, or 5 seconds after
Works is
meeting.
back
Sounds pretty
again
cool,
with his
actually.
new offering this season. Aquatope of White Sand tells the story of Kukuru, an 18-year-old girl who works at an aquarium, and her meeting with runaway idol Fuka. The two eventually get to know each other, but those days together look to be coming to an end due to a looming crisis. With the aquarium being in danger of closing down, the two look to get to know each other and share their dreams. Is it just me, or does this show remind you of A Lull in the Sea? Must be the watery aesthetics, I think. Based on the synopsis alone, though, I'm seeing something like a coming-of-age story where the two girls get to grow with each other in a bid to save the aquarium. In a way, I can also see something like Adachi and Shimamura from it. Either way, I think that quite a lot of people are excited for this show, and I've got some decent expectations from it. It's only taken 3 slots, but we now have our first isekai of the...
Hey, speaking of slice of life, y'all ever see like a girl? This is for my guys. If you're a girl, you can also participate in this conversation. But you ever see a girl like wait in line or something and things are taking a while, so like, she pops out a book and starts reading? That shit is adorable. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw that today. She just popped out a book and started reading. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. But anyways, back to...
Tsukimichi.
Oh, so y'all saw that swole at? Hold up. You saw it, like, nah, we not gonna go right past that.
Now have our first isekai of the batch. Tsukimichi.
Look it. Oh my, she swole. Bro. She gonna beat my ass. Like, I'm not talking trash about her. She gonna run up. What'd you say? Like, oh my gosh.
Summoned to another world as a brave warrior, Makoto Mitsumi's adventure doesn't start on the right foot. I mean, he's apparently so ugly that the goddess of the world strips him of his title and banishes him to the wilderness. While he may be lacking in attractiveness, he has no shortage of power, something that he wastes no time in exhibiting in his lone journey. Standing against everything that fate throws at him, may it be monsters or the gods themselves, it's time for the forsaken adventurer to stand against fate and prove his worth. Now, I see a lot of people being so stoked with this finally getting an anime adaptation, and I can see exactly why. It's got a main character that's way more overpowered than typical isekais, and it's got a lot of wild and crazy stuff that I'm sure isekai lovers would never get enough of. This year's a really good year for isekai, right? We've got all of these heavy hitters like Mushoku Tensei and Spider coming out, and now you can add Tsukimichi to
He's
that
just gonna
list.
call it Spider. Is that what it's actually called? Just Spider?
In the number 7 slot is...
Also, if they gonna make him, ugly, why don't they do something like for real, like that would make him ugly instead of just having a regular face, you know? I mean, I guess it's eye of the beholder, but they could really just like make it seem like he got like a big like mole that's orange, the shape of an eight, on his face. Wouldn't that be like, you know, it's a big right there, but it's orange and it's like it's outgrown. So if you look from the side, it looks like a big line. But then you look from the front, it's a mole, and, and it's the letter, it's the number eight, and you're just like, what the? That would be crazy. That's something that they'll. That's something that I'll be like, you got to get out my kingdom. You got to go. I can't look at that ever again.
Every once in a while we get a show like
I'm
this
sorry
that
for
makes
anybody
it
who has the
okay?
letter, the
It does
number.
job of
See,
being
I'm
relatable, so
tired.
it passes.
The person, anyone who has the
Remake Our
number
Life tells the
eight
story of
on their
Kyoya,
face,
a game developer who's in his late 20s. Having lost his job and starting to
naturally,
regret his decisions,
if you got that
life throws him
tatted,
a
that's your
bone as he
fault.
wakes
I'm
up and
sorry. It's your
discovers that
fault.
he's traveled 10
I'm
years
not
back
sorry.
in time to when he entered college.
What's he saying? I'm over here talking about the number eight. Oh my gosh.
Our Life tells the story of Kyoya, a game developer who's in his late 20s. Having lost his job and starting to regret his decisions, life throws him a bone as he wakes up and discovers that he's traveled 10 years back in time to when he entered college. So how will this
Oh.
second chance fare? If you enjoyed something like New Game, maybe this show can tickle your fancy due to its similar themes. Personally, what I can take away from this is that it reminds me of real life, but it's far more comedic in nature. What I'm liking more from this show, based on current expectations, is how it's set to be one of the relatively few anime that tackle college life and its intricacies. Comparatively speaking, it's a rarity to see college life being depicted in anime, and I think we'll get a rather decent representation of it in this anime. I'll be expecting a lot of laughs and some dilemmas that could be relatable for the older audiences.
I do not recommend college if you did not do good in high school.
Number 6 on the list is Spirit Chronicles.
Honestly, I don't
What do
recommend
you
college
know?
for
We have
anybody.
another Matsuoka
Shoot.
harem
It's for some
coming up,
people, it's
and
not
both
for
VA
other
fans
people.
and Isekai fans are
If you know you don't need to go to college, like if you know it's not for you, don't go. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. Because honestly, if you're not gonna do it, like if you're not going 100%, if you're not going hard, it's not worth it. It's honestly not worth it. If you making C's, it's not worth it. It might be. It depends on how hard you go. But like honestly, if you know there's nothing wrong with not going to college. Honestly, if y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, I went for about 6 years, and I don't remember anything. Got no progress. It was just a big waste of money. I'm just in debt for no reason.
for this. To be
Big
fair,
waste
this
of money.
isekai seems to have a rather unique concept and execution. Instead of a guy dying and resurrecting
Some people
in
are
another
just
world,
better to
you have
work.
a person dying and having his memories and mind fusing with someone else from the other world. Yep, it is a bit of a mouthful, but think of it along the lines of just his consciousness that gets isekai. So with that in mind, our protagonist's new host, a guy named Rio, awakens to brand new powers. Maybe this is the power that Rio would need to help him take the next step away from the slums, enrolling in the Royal Academy after saving a princess. However, being an orphan in a school of rich nobles isn't quite the most pleasant experience, as Rio would soon learn. Personally, me being a fan of this specific genre and the light harem action shows, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It seems to be something up my alley, and if you're up for another one of these shows, put this title into your watch list. The isekai train just does not...
Wait, he took that person's life from them. Like he overpowered their consciousness. They're not even really there anymore. I can't root for him at all.
And we run our way into the number 5 title on the list, How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. Kazuya Soma finds himself in the plight of many anime heroes in the modern era, being transported into another world. There is one problem though, he's got nothing on these overpowered forces of destruction that call themselves underdog heroes. No. For Kazuya, his idea of heroism comes in a more, subtle way. You see, instead of going on a quest to defeat some demon lord, his idea of making his contributions is to rebuild the fledgling economy of the country that he finds himself in. Apparently planted into a position of power, Kazuya must gather his forces, make some arrangements, and get his A-game on in the whole wheeling and dealing thing with reforms to put the country back on its feet. Now, here's an isekai of a slightly different flavor. See, this is why the genre just refuses to die. There are just so many things you can do with the otherworld concept, and I feel like a show like this is just touching the tip of the huge iceberg of possibilities. This is a show that I'm personally looking forward to seeing.
Man, so many of these isekai like are so cool sounding, but I can't watch multiple at a time because then I'll get like the worlds confused. I'll get like, you know, like the whole point of isekai is just to like envelop yourself in the world. Like, you know how the One Piece world is so vast, and like there, you know, like there's other things happening outside of the main crew. We're just following them. Isekai is pretty much that, except you got to know like the devil fruit whole thing. They have their own form of devil fruits. They have powers. They have ranks. They have stuff. It's not like I'll say Hunter x Hunter. I feel like Hunter x Hunter, like if it doesn't follow our main cast, it doesn't matter. We don't know anything else is happening outside past Gon and Killua or what they're doing. Like nothing's ever brought up. Nothing ever really changes. Um, that's how I feel like isekai are pretty much like the world is pretty much the world. Things happen in the world. We don't see it, but we hear about it. You know, like okay, some don't actually like matter. Some, but I like the ones that are more like things matter in the world outside of what we just but outside what we only see. So I hope y'all know what I mean when I say that. I don't know if I put it in a really good way, but
As we start breaching top 3
She got the
territory, we
things
take our
on her.
final pit stop with Sunny Boy.
ねえ、ここはユートピアなのかな？それとも地獄？
Now, with a title like that, I really didn't know what to expect at first. It turns out that the title is a show about students drifting to another dimension where they awaken their supernatural abilities. With their powers, their fight for survival in this
She running.
otherworldly dimension begins. It's survival in the sense that it's structured more like an escape story instead of a battle one. Talk about another cool isekai variant, The premise is pretty much similar to a manga called Drifting Classroom. However, for those who prefer a comparison with more modern anime titles, I'm seeing something like Charlotte as far as the superpowered students thing goes, or maybe Talentless Nana. That's not exactly bad company to be in now, is it, right? Madhouse brings us this anime original on July the 16th. The art looks gorgeous already, and I can't wait to see how the story's gonna go. Overall, I'm keeping my expectations relatively high for this one. Number 3 on our list is Peach Boy Riverside. You remember the show which had 2 yandere-looking characters as the main ones, yeah? Well, it's coming this season, and you wouldn't expect something like that to have the title Peach Boy Riverside, now would you? From what we know of the show, it's basically an adventure story featuring a princess and her savior against monsters known as Oni. It's the story of a fated meeting leading to a journey that will affect
oh,
the
it's
fate
with
of
that
the world.
bunny
Now,
girl.
it sounds like a
That
standard
looks
adventure story,
weird.
but I assure you that it's not that simple. From what I know, it's a
Look
very
cool.
enjoyable show that bridges a lot of genres. It looks to be a really badass show that has shades of Momotaro. Wait a second, I guess that's where the name comes from, yeah? Overall, Peach Boy Riverside looks like a show that will have no shortage of over-the-top action and a handful of fan service.
Peach Boy
And
Riverside?
did you
I
know that
got
it's
you.
by the same
Wait,
person who
fan
did Dragon Maid? This one's gonna be good.
oh, so they gonna have some things on them. What the?
Our second
Hey,
most awaited
stop
show
it.
this summer
Hey.
is The Detective is Already Dead. With a title that impactful, you have to wonder what the show's about. Turns
It just broke it. It
out
just
who's
broke
the
it.
assistant to one of the greatest
Okay.
detectives
I was just
ever,
trying to look
Siesta.
up Peach Boy
Oh.
Riverside.
Guy has resigned himself to trying to live life as an ordinary high schooler. That low-profile life will come crashing down when he stumbles upon a girl who bears an uncanny resemblance to Siesta. Only fate knows what it has in store for the duo as they have their reunion. From what I can see, this anime looks to be a good combination of mystery and action elements. The novels have also got stellar reviews, mostly praising the character work and the fun interactions, not to mention how genre-savvy the overall work
Sunny
is.
Boy's on
Now, I've got
Funimation.
my fingers crossed to see whether all of that great stuff will translate well into the anime format. The case study of Vanitas seems to have it all. Amazing art, a captivating soundtrack by Yuki Kajura, and a very interesting story about vampires, all with the ever-fitting backdrop of Europe in the industrialization era. This is where our story starts with young Noe going on a journey to
That is one of my time periods I love media from. Like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I love that game. Even if it wasn't the best Assassin's Creed, it was just because it was that era of England. I I love it. I'm gonna
And the
watch
Book of
this.
Vanitas, a grimoire that will supposedly allow the legendary vampire Vanitas to one day take revenge on his demonic brethren. Turns out the story could be a bit mistold. After all, the Vanitas who Noe meets ends up being a completely normal human doctor. He does have a specialized
Hold up. Please tell me they put
about it's being
that
used to
list
heal
of
patients. Perhaps
the
there are more
numbers.
layers behind this kind demeanor that we've yet to know about, and it's up to
No.
Noe to uncover those. Who doesn't love a
Someone
good
please.
mystery?
Thank you.
Especially one with a healthy blend of
Thank you.
supernatural action. From a production perspective, few anime this summer can probably match Vanitas as it is now. This is probably also my pick for the big hit of the season, and I see this as something that could appeal to both male and female audiences as early as now. This is exactly why the
It's on
case study of
Funimation,
Vanitas is my pick for the
ayy.
#1 most anticipated title of summer 2021.
12
I don't
episodes,
think it's going to
bet.
disappoint at all.
It's not finished dubbing.
As I wrap up
They
this
got
list, I
about
want to know which of these
8
titles are you
episodes
looking
dubbed.
forward
Bet.
to the
I
most?
just gotta wait a
I'd
little
love
bit
to hear your
longer.
thoughts in the comment section down below.
No, I'm watching. I'm watching that. Once it finishes, see Peach Boy Riverside. I gotta find that. I ain't really care about the detective is already dead. Realist hero. Like I gotta finish Slime first. Remake our life. That sounds cool, but I didn't really live that college life, the in dorm college life. I was more like living at home, driving to school, coming back home, going to work, coming back home kind of thing. So it's not, battle in 5 seconds after meeting sounded really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Battle after nope. They don't got it. They don't got it. That's a shame. Um, which one was Moonlight?
But we now have our first
Oh, this one looked cool too. This one looked cool too. But I don't think that's low on the list of what I'm gonna watch. Peach Boy Riverside honestly is the one. Well, no, because Case Study of Vanitas that one has me hyped. But Peach Boy Riverside, I'm definitely gonna watch that too. That sounds that it one looks so lit. Like I'm gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna have to. Let me know which ones you guys like the most. And let me know if you guys also like the was it Victorian era or the Industrial Revolution. I can just Google that. I have the power of Google. Um, Victorian era was June 1837. She was the queen. January 1901. Okay. Versus and then Industrial Revolution. Okay, so it was the Victorian era. No, it was not. Okay, 1706 to 1820. So she was after. She was after the Industrial Revolution. But yeah, this time period, 1806 in London, England. That was 1806. I mean, technically 1806, but 1760 to that's a long period. Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way this is what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean. You know that time period where like Assassin's Creed Black Flag was there. There's a lot of stuff that like that's one of them cool time periods that like just captivate me. Even in school, in the college classes that that's one of the classes I actually mess with. Like it was weird. I kind of like I really mess with that. Um yeah. I don't know. Hey, this is a message for a man of goodwill. Are you a bot? Cause this is about the third time I seen, let me see. Man of goodwill. Honestly, every time I see somebody spam the comments, I think they're a bot. I'm just like, bro, I see them. I don't know why. Cause look, Man of Goodwill reacts to Letty Heaven trailer. Reacted to it. Then a different profile with the same, and then another one requested it a little bit. I was like, bro, I already did. And then this some I don't know why this shows up, but like it's I don't know why did it even say man or goodwill in this? It don't. But then this one, then I was like, bro, like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? Um, what should we call it? Oh, that's right. I hope y'all enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. Like this is what I like. Is this a bot? Am I, Aura? Are you a bot? Cause like this person also, also requested the exact same things, and it's like, and then this one too is like, bro, y'all some bots. That's what I don't know. That's what I wonder whenever I get like the same thing. It's like, bro, you don't you can't even, you can just check. You don't have to spam the comments, bro. I just think it's bots, so I don't even really be, you know. Anyway, I'm out. Hope y'all enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.